Hello YouTube. Today this will be exit sign inspection 6, and I have not done an exit sign inspection in the past probably year since you've last seen one. I try and do them every 6 months, that way I make sure all my units are up and running. However, last year I ran into so many problems where I had to replace a lot of the units and a lot of the batteries I have up. So I simply neglected all my exit signs and emergency lights. But now I'm back up, they're all back up and running, except for 2 in the garage, which I'll get those up and running in a little bit. But either way, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So for the first spot here in the bedroom, we have my Lithonia ELM2. It used to be a Lithonia ELM with the non-adjustable optics. However, I went ahead and put the adjustable optics on it, or heads. So this came off of a combo that wasn't working, a Lithonia LHQM I think an LHQM 3rd generation combo. So we can go ahead and test it. Now the test button on this one is still bad. However, if I go ahead and just take it, lift off the bracket slightly, you can see that it works. So then we can just snap it back in. So yep, that's that unit. This head is pointed somewhere right here around this door to illuminate more right here. And the second one's actually pointed over there by that window and a little bit in that corner over there. So, yep. Now for the exit sign in the room, we have my dual light or Hubble or Gilbert LED1 EMRWW exit sign. We can go ahead and give it a test, and you can see that it works. I do have the blinking on, and this replaced a Lithonia, I think a LHQM. No, LQM. It will replace the Lithonia LQM in red. And the reason why I did that, because that sign is too bright for, especially in this bedroom when we're trying to sleep. So I went ahead and put this sign up, found this, and it's actually really dim. You can see it clear as day, but at nighttime it's really dim. You have to look at the exit sign for it to be bright. Matter of fact, to demonstrate that, it looks a lot brighter on camera. Like up there is barely lit up, and around the LEDs is barely lit up. But if you look directly at the LEDs, you could see it. So it is definitely noticeable. And this is my very first direct view LED exit sign, which is really cool. I had to get a 6-volt battery for that to get that working, because the one that came with, because the sign is old and I got a brand new, battery was long gone in that unit. So now we're coming into the room here. We have a Lithonia ELM non-adjustable unit. This was the non-adjustable version of the now I do know that this unit does work. The test button on it is finicky. However, when we turn off the power, you'll see that it does work. So yep, and because we do have a storm coming in, you will see this going back up when I shut off the power to the room. We do have a storm coming in, that's why I quickly wanted to go and test all my units and make sure that they all are working. So now we're going to go ahead and just shut off the power to those rooms, and it's 1 breaker for both rooms, so that's really nice. My breaker panel is out here in the garage. If we come out here, and we're going to go ahead and flip the breaker, open up the panel, and it's this breaker right here. I don't know if you can hear. You can hear the fire alarm panel. So now that we are in emergency mode, ELM2 is working great, as is the LED one. LED one right there is working great. You can see here, room is well lit up. Sorry for the junk on the floor, but the room is really lit up. It's really nice. Actually, the ELM, I think, does a better job in here than the ELM2. You can see it's very nicely lit up. Let's acknowledge this. You can see battery backup is working. And there we go. So the units in here are working great. And like I told you, bad test button. That's why I received these units, because they had bad test buttons on them. But that didn't bother me because I can easily shut off breakers. But in a real building, you have to be able to test the unit by the unit itself. So might as well here. This is why I'm testing these units, because we're getting this type of storm out here. You can see there that we're getting a storm out here. So might as well get these units up and running. Now, I did make some updates. I don't remember if it was like this in the last one, but before I go ahead and shut those off, if you remember, we used to have a china closet here. And that was all taken out. So which means the emergency light I had mounted on top of the china closet had to move. Now, there really is not any other place that I could easily run power throughout the house. The only thing else that we do have is this plant shelf, but there's no easy way for me to run a cord there. So there's a new spot that I had to do, which is still a very hidden location. No one will ever notice unless you're really paying attention. Didn't want to put it here, but it actually does a good job of lighting up the house. Up here, in the garage, there's a hole that I can easily run through the attic, and I was able to put my Lithonia ELM2 SD. I'm not going to go up there to show you, but I will flip the breaker. It's on the same breaker as the ones out in the garage. So, and I'll show you that, and also battery backup. In the garage, we also did change some stuff out here. So when I first abandoned the exit signs, turned on the lights to the room, I originally had my the emergency light in the room that's in the bedroom. That was out here and had a dead battery. And my this emergency light, I believe, was in the bedroom. Or it might have been another ELM unit. I'm not sure. Maybe I had this taken. Oh no, I had this on top of the china closet. But since I took it on the china closet, that emergency light got taken down. But I decided to put it back up because this is my brightest unit and it's still working. So originally, I first bought this unit. And I know what you're thinking, that why would you buy a generic unit? Because it was on sale and I needed to get an emergency light here right away, because we had some power outages that decided to go on for a little while. So this emergency light does last a pretty decent time, and it actually does a fairly decent job out here. As much as I hate to say that about a generic unit, this unit actually does a pretty good job out here. It does enough for me to light up the space. Now, it didn't do quite enough because it's not the brightest unit. So I decided to put this unit up here, and it actually had to I think it moved locations or it stayed where it was because I changed some of the lights out here. So this unit ended up getting mounted out here, and it does a great job out here. This is the best unit I've ever had. So as far as the exit signs out here, you can see that one is right now taken off the wall, and it's going to be moved over here. I need to get a battery for that unit as well as for that unit. When I took these apart last year, after trying to see what was wrong with them, the batteries have bulged so bad that actually that one there exploded, and this unit here, it didn't really do anything. Actually, it has the battery, one of the last batteries that were working, of the nickel cadmium batteries. It has one of those batteries because that's what these LQMs run off of. And I kept these 3 units because these actually charge. The other ones don't charge anymore, so simply I put them away, and they're no longer on my collection shelf. So up here you can see that unit's still there, and it has one of the old batteries with the nickel cadmium, not the lead acid batteries. And that one there, I had to take that battery out with gloves and throw it in, or take it to a recycling center in a paper bag because it was so bad. So never put a lead acid battery inside of one of these LQMs, these special LQMs or LHQMs that take the nickel cadmium batteries. They will not charge the same, and you will ruin the battery. Thankfully I didn't ruin the sign. However, I have a couple more here that I can easily use. I'm going to be replacing them with these LQMs. That's some of them that do work. I have a couple of exit signs that do work here. So we'll be installing some of them instead until I get new batteries. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and shut off the power to the emergency lights out here, which is this bottom breaker. And then we're going to go ahead and shut off both this light and shut off that light. As you can see in here, I can see just fine. This is the generic unit. This is how bright, about how bright it is. You can see here, I can see the collection just fine. As a matter of fact, when I first started getting into all this electrical stuff, we had one light bulb up there, and that's how bright it was in this garage. So this is all the generic unit, and this is how about as bright it is. I can see everything clearly, clear as day. That exit sign's off. That exit sign's off. Now I can see this so much better though. You can see it's kind of illuminated over there and a lot over here. So that's awesome. And I can see the water heater just fine. Now here's the kitchen. Everything here, matter of fact, if I shut this door, I can see the kitchen floor just fine. I have everything pointed towards the ceiling, and it does a good job lighting up everywhere. The living room, not so much. However, if you come into the living room a little bit, you get some light, but not as much as if we had it over here where the china closet is. But we had to change that, so went ahead and moved it over here, and it actually does a great job. I couldn't put that emergency light up there. I couldn't put it up there simply because you could see it, and I want it to be hidden. So that is going to do it for the exit sign inspection. I think it's number 6. Look at the title. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, like this video. If there is a separate video, it maybe be a power outage, real power outage situation. But other than that, that'll do it for another exit sign inspection series, and I hope to continue doing this for for a long time because I haven't done it and I abandoned the exit signs, but now I'm back to it. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and like this video, and have a great day.